Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to MVR. Today we have a breaking news story that is sure to interest those of you who have been eyeing an Oculus Quest 2 but decided to hold off because of the Facebook account requirement. Less than a day ago as of recording this video, it appears that some users have managed to succeed in setting up their Quest 2 entirely without using their Facebook accounts. So how exactly did all of this happen, and what does all of that mean? Let's jump in. So before we get any further, we need to back up a little to see where all of this started. Back in August, Facebook announced that going forward, all new users to the Oculus ecosystem would have to sign up using their own personal Facebook accounts. Making matters even worse, they also stated that this policy would apply retroactively to all existing Oculus users after 2023, unless they wanted to buy an Oculus Quest 2, because if they did that, the policy would apply immediately. Naturally, the response from most of the Oculus community wasn't too great, and immediately a lot of users were raising not only concerns about their privacy, but also about the safety of their accounts and purchases. Not to mention that the new policy directly contradicts what Oculus and Facebook had said in the past about the matter. For the most part of its existence, Facebook has chosen to automate a lot of its processes, which includes the banning of accounts if an algorithm decides that somehow the community guidelines were violated. Now this is largely understandable considering the absolutely massive user base that Facebook has to deal with. Manually reviewing each case just isn't really feasible on such a scale. But what makes users mostly frustrated is that more often than not, the review results in immediate suspension from the Facebook platform without any real option for recourse or appeal. Their message literally states that their decisions are final and that they cannot be overturned. Now if this would only affect your social media account, it would be one thing. But since Facebook is now demanding that users also link this account to their VR device, the implications become much worse. If you get caught posting an unpopular opinion on social media, for instance, and receive a lot of flags by other users, justified or not, you could now be denied access to your entire library of Oculus purchases. Until the case has been reviewed, you would be locked out, which could take weeks. And even then, you would not have any way to appeal the decision when you're eventually greeted with a cryptic message stating that you have violated certain terms, without exactly specifying which ones exactly, of course. Luckily though, the do-it-yourself hacker community has come to the rescue. The first person to float an offer for a Quest jailbreak was Robert Long, formerly of Altspace VR and now working with Mozilla WebXR. He has been so bothered by the Quest's privacy policy that he gave a reward for anyone who would hack through a jailbreak the Quest 2 and get rid of the constraint that requires users to log in with their Facebook accounts. He is offering a whopping $5,000 for anyone who can accomplish that. On noticing Long's tweet, Oculus co-founder Palmer Luckey shared the tweet and decided to join in on the fun. Luckey has previously stated that he felt hate and rage when he was fired by Facebook and frequently throws some jabs at his former employer on Twitter. In a follow-up tweet, Luckey has since stated that he's willing to double the original $5,000 pledge by Robert Long for a Quest 2 jailbreak that would free the headset from a compulsory Facebook login, creating a lot of buzz and interest from experts in the jailbreaking scene in the process. Definitively deciding that it's not going to be a matter of if, but when, is the post by a Reddit user showing off screenshots of their Oculus Quest 2 home screen, where it's clear that they're currently not signed into their Facebook account. This is a feat which was previously believed to be impossible since Facebook instituted their social login requirement. The user managed to find a way around the Facebook login requirement after picking up their headset last Tuesday, and promptly reported their findings to a group of users who have together been attempting to jailbreak the Quest as a whole. According to the users themselves, the headset seems to work perfectly fine without the Facebook login, aside from the fact that they cannot cast through the Oculus app or use social share features, which of course uses Facebook. They can confirm, however, that streaming through third-party solutions like Virtual Desktop and ALVR works perfectly fine, and that even Oculus Link works without a problem. But this is not where the story seems to end. After reporting his findings to the group, a second member then came out and claimed that he had managed to obtain root access to their own device, which is a huge deal, of course. For those of you who are not familiar with the term or understand why this matters, let me try and explain. In order to manage tasks like system updates or changing firmware drivers, a user account with the highest level of privileges and permissions is needed, and that user in most cases is the root account. By gaining access to the root account, users could in theory extract all of the OS software to reverse engineer it, create a system update that removes the Facebook login requirement, or create and install a whole new OS altogether. So once again, gaining access to the root account is a huge deal, and could be the first step in a series to make sure that the entire Quest 2 platform is open to the extent that Facebook would no longer have any influence over users' ability to use their devices. Since posting this announcement, however, the circle of developers have assumed radio silence and are currently seeking advice from legal counsel and experts to explore their options going forward, making it hard to guess when a public release of this information will become available. In the meantime though, if you're an Oculus VR headset owner and are not aware as to why some of these data gathering policies are a concern, I highly recommend you check out Eric for President's video on their terms of service. He read through them so you won't have to, and provides you with a nice summary of the highlights. Links to the video and other references can be found in the description down below. As for the jailbreaking situation though, I will be doing my utmost best to keep you guys updated as the situation develops. If you liked this video and found it interesting, then consider leaving a like or sharing your thoughts with me in the comments down below. In the meantime, I'm wishing all of you an amazingly good day, and I hope to see you guys next time.